The destruction Trump wished for others now falls on himself. Let's just put this right on the table because sugarcoating has never been my style. Trump has been walking around pretending like he is some kind of strategic genius, like he is pulling puppet strings that nobody else can see. When in reality, he is nothing more than a pawn who has been so deeply manipulated by people like Putin that it is almost embarrassing to watch. The man is not running the show. The man is the show, and the sad part is his followers still clap like circus seals every time he stumbles out with another half-baked plan to sabotage democracy, only to end up tripping over his own feet in the process. This whole attack on ballots is proof enough, because here's what Trump doesn't get. By trying to erase mail-in ballots, by pushing his cult boys to attack the very process that allows Americans to vote with dignity and accessibility. He is not actually destroying Democratic votes, he is destroying his own. Let me spell it out in the kind of bold letters they like to put on their angry signs. When you attack the mail-in ballot system, you are cutting off your own people, your own base, the very group that you swear is the real America. Think about the irony for a second. The majority of Democrats live closer to voting places. They live in cities and towns where a quick ride, a bus trip, or a friend can drop them off at a polling station, no problem. But Trump supporters? A lot of them are scattered in isolated areas, in the woods, on farms, in places where the post office isn't down the street, but maybe 30 miles away, and they actually depend on those mail-in ballots to cast their vote. So who exactly do you think is suffering when he dismantles that system? The Democrats are not the ones losing here. They're the ones adapting. The ones who know how to get to a polling station without crying about it. The ones who can organize car rides, rideshare groups, entire movements to bring people to vote. Meanwhile, Trump's people will sit in those far-off counties with no ballot in their hands and no mailbox left to use, staring at their candidate's self-made mess. This is what happens when a con artist tries to outsmart a system that has existed longer than his bankrupt casinos. The scheme backfires, the trap snaps shut, and the only ones caught inside are his own followers. And let's be real, Trump thinks he is some grand destroyer of Democratic votes, but look at the math that he refuses to face. There are trillions of people lining up for Democrats. Millions upon millions who will never let his cult dictate the future of this country. And then there are thousands, maybe tens of thousands who still cling to him like he's the last life raft, even as he's poking holes in the boat himself. This is not strategy. This is self-destruction. This is the art of losing. This is a man choking on his own lies and dragging his supporters down with him. The beauty of all this, if you can even call it beauty, is that it proves the universe does not tolerate hypocrisy forever. It has a way of balancing the scales. Trump wanted to destroy the votes of the people who oppose him. He wanted to dismantle the very tools that give power to the everyday citizen. But in doing so, he has crippled his own side. Talk about karma in high definition. Talk about delivering yourself the exact destruction you wished for your enemies. You cannot make this up, folks. It writes itself. So here's the reality. No matter how many tricks he tries to pull, no matter how many mailboxes he rips out of communities, no matter how many ballots his cronies try to erase, Democrats will still come out on top because their voters are stronger, more organized, and less dependent on the fragile system he is ripping apart. Meanwhile, his own people will sit in silence, scratching their heads, wondering why their votes never counted, all because they followed a man who never cared about them in the first place. And to the Trump supporters who stumble across this piece, let me save you the trouble right now. Don't come back here to debate me. Don't waste your time with the same tired excuses. Don't embarrass yourselves by trying to defend a man who is clearly playing himself. I won't argue with clowns in a circus that is already burning to the ground. You can sit there in the ashes with him if you want, but the rest of us? We're moving forward. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria. Written by Santiago D.C. Maria. Copyright 2025 Independent Writer. Newsflash Facebook. Content Creator. Santiago D.C. Maria. All rights reserved.